I've had a difficult day because I've had to um, come face to face with some of the impacts of um, this new life. And it is difficult, it is hard, it's grieving. I just had that realization. It is grieving. And I was just thinking about the word grief um, last last week, and I was thinking about just like grieving around the loss of loved ones and how we grieve the loss of loved ones um, many times over, right? We grieve them sometimes while they're still alive, and maybe, oh my gosh, going through a situation. I just thought about my daughter. I wonder if she is grieving now. I'm gonna have to talk to her about that. Um, but we grieve when we watch, maybe our parents have had a sickness and we're grieving who they were versus, them transitioning and making their final transition. Um, then we grieve them when and I'm using parents, as an example, but it could be any loved one. We grieve them when we lose them. And then we grieve them around holidays. We grieve them, you know, many days in between the holidays, their birthdays, when we have, memories of, um, places we visited with them. When we see other people, if it's a parent or, a child or a best friend, and we see people enjoying time with, people who were in similar roles as those we've lost, we grieve then. It is truly an ongoing process. And one of the things I've learned is um, during this season for me, um, and I would estimate that other individuals who have had a life changing health situation occur or life changing event, you're grieving that change again and again and again. And I thought when I stopped crying initially that some of my grief had ended, or it had ended for the most part. Because y'all, I was crying multiple times a day. I'm a joyful person. I try to be a joyful person. I'm so grateful to God for so many things. And that even as I go through this season, that I am just still enveloped in His love and the love of my family and friends, and um, that I have people around me who care about me. And that makes me so happy. And so it gives me pleasure to go through this season with an attitude of gratitude. But I'm still grieving, and that's okay. Um, whenever I'm, whenever I'm, when I come face to face with an aspect of my life, maybe that has changed, it triggers the grief. And I'm just realizing that having this conversation with you in this, Vlogmas, um, and or Vlogmas video, Vlogmas vlog. Um, and I guess that's okay. Vlogmas doesn't have to be about Christmas. It doesn't, yeah. We don't have to define it. It can be what we want, and most of all, what we need it to be, and what God intends for us to share in this moment. So just surrendering to it. And that's what I'm doing. But I'm realizing I'm grieving. And you may be grieving too. If you are, I want you to know it's okay. I don't think there is an expiration date on grief. Um, Having, lost a mother, a grandmother, grandparents, all of that grieves my heart. And just because the tears aren't flowing as regularly as they once did doesn't mean that our heart isn't still broken. Because I have so much going on, like in here, that and I don't know if I've buried it. I don't know what it is. I can't even get it out. Today was the first day I cried, and the tears welled up multiple times today. But it's the first time I've cried in a long time. Whereas I used to cry, like I said, multiple times daily. There was not a day that I went by that I didn't cry at least 2 or 3 times, especially at the beginning when life changed. And I felt like I was coping and I was dealing with this loss of my part of myself. Um, and what I'm realizing is that I'm still in this process. And it's my responsibility to figure out how to keep moving through the grief process. And the answer to that right now is I don't know. But I'm going to keep on allowing myself to feel what I feel. I'm going to remain open to conversations with loved ones who may be able to offer some perspective that may be beneficial to me and is about me, what they've seen, um, and continue to move forward. You know, I have a lot of thoughts about who I am, who I was, who I will be, and my value and how I will, and if I am able to contribute positively to the world around me, because I feel like that is what God put me here, to do, to be a tool and a vessel for that. And I think that it's easy to breeze through life utilizing the tools He provided you with and utilizing them in a way that you have grown accustomed, adept, you have expertise in, and is maybe your primary go-to. You know what I'm saying? Um, and but then having to stretch in a totally different way. That's what I'm figuring out. I assume, I surmise, look at me using my vocabulary. But, I wonder if other folks are struggling and working to figure out that same thing. How you move forward and move forward differently, trusting the process. I don't know, but I'm going to keep trying. And I hope that you will hang in there with me. I promise you that my channel will not be all gloom and doom, but I'm coming on here regularly now, and I want to be authentic, and I want to share where I am, um, and various parts of myself and my experience and so forth, because that's what I committed to God that I was going to do. Um, and so it won't all be, it won't all be gloom and doom. If this feels like gloom and doom, I don't know. This may resonate with some people. But this is what it looks like to be a whole person. So I love you. um, this is a hodgepodge of a vlog, y'all. Because when I started, I didn't know where I was going with this. Although I knew that I wanted to share what I experienced today, and it felt right to share it, and I'm glad I did. So I hope you're able to glean something from this mess of a vlog. I hope it resonates. I hope that you can share it with someone who may benefit, who may be struggling, who may be trying to figure it out. If you're trying to figure it out, and you have some pearls of wisdom, or you just want to say, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, let me know. Um, Let others know in your lives and in the community we have here. You don't have to divulge. You could just say, hey, hand up. I'm there with you. Because it helps others to know they're not alone. And that's why when it comes down to it on my channel, that is why I started the channel. I didn't want people to feel like they were going through their natural hair, um, trial and errors, alone. I learned a lot from the community, and I wanted to give something back, in terms of what I was experiencing, rather than just taking from the community. And, I just felt compelled, to do that. And because I think that we are all uniquely crafted to do things in our own way. So for me, the giving back was going to be here, on YouTube. And so it was always, I don't want you to feel alone because you're having these hair fails, or you can't figure out your fine natural hair, or you just want to try different hairstyles, so on and so forth. And when I was hospitalized the first time, I wanted to share because, first of all, it was therapeutic, because it was a very traumatic experience. This continues to be a traumatic experience, but it helped to share. And I had never heard of any of this. I had never experienced anything like this. And I didn't want anyone else having a similar experience to feel like they were going through it alone. So that's why I uploaded that first video about, transverse myelitis, where, I lost the ability to really walk and sensation in my legs. And then as I learned more over time about diseases of the spinal cord injuries, then neuromyelitis optica, I shared, because it is a rare disorder or disease, depending on your preference for words. But it's rare, and it oftentimes goes undiagnosed. So, I just wanted to share my experience so that someone else could keep an eye out, for the telltale signs, know that there's hope and community and all that jazz. And I mean, maybe that's one of the ways in which God crafted me. I don't know, y'all. And I'm rambling now. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna end. I'm gonna get off this phone, girl. But I'm gonna end this vlog, and let you know how much I appreciate you for putting up with content that may not directly relate to you, and for letting me know when different aspects of the content I share does resonate with you. It means so much to me. So I appreciate that. Thank you for taking this ride with me. And, I'm defining, working to define, being very prayerful about how I would like to proceed in 2025. I know some things are going to remain. The hair stuff is going to remain because I love it. But I'm going to add a little this, a little that. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to get off of here because I'm getting super, super tired. My tea has done its job. Winding down has done its job. And I will see you all tomorrow with a hodgepodge um, vlog that hopefully, will be will not be so all over the place. All right, love you, praying for you, and wishing you peace. All right, bye.